Hello listeners and viewers, welcome to Kaduna State Ministry of Education Radio and TV e-learning program designed for our SS3 and other students staying at home due to the coronavirus pandemic. The present administration under the able leadership of His Excellency, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, is positioned as always to ensure that under his leadership, our students are not left behind in all areas of human endeavors, especially education. Kaduna State is the center of learning. Therefore, we want to ensure that our students excel in their forthcoming examinations and beyond. Students and other learners at home are given this opportunity in order to continue learning, as education is a continuous process. Different subjects will be taught in this program to assist students to perform excellently in the forthcoming Senior School Certificate examination being conducted by NECO and WAEC as soon as schools reopen. Teachers making presentations will always provide their names and phone numbers during each presentation, and they can be contacted for questions, further explanations, and/or clarifications. The following numbers and contacts can also be reached for expression of any concern or observation: 090-865-00545 or 080-383-62072. Our website is www.education.kdsg.gov.ng. Our email education@kdsg.gov.ng or education.kdsg@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Our Twitter handle @Kaduna_MOE. Or our Facebook page, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Stay safe, stay at home, and learn well. Thank you, happy listening, and happy viewing.
Good day, learners at home. Once again, you are welcome to another e-learning segment organized by the Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. I still remain Thomas Peter. Of course, I will be taking you in agricultural science. And the topic we are discussing today is an interesting topic. That is farm records. What did I say? Farm records. Under this topic, we are going to see what it entails. We shall see the definition of farm records. 2, types of farm records. 3, terminologies in farm records. 4, calculations of some farm records. Then 5, importance of farm records. But before we go into this definition, I want us to note that any farmer, especially farm business, that does not keep records will never progress, because the farmer don't know whether he's operating at a loss or at a gain. So let's go to the definition. Farm records are those written documents that show major activities taking place in the farming business and enable the farmer to manage the farm effectively. Now, what are the types of farm records? A good farmer is supposed to keep the following farm records. 1, cash book or payment records. This shows the record of financial transaction, which includes income and expenditure. Note that receipts of payments are recorded in cash book. The next farm record is annual valuations. This annual valuation shows statement of the value of stock at the beginning and at the end of the year. We also have farm diary. This is the record of daily activities on the farm, which shows events that occurred. Examples: staff movement, visitors, amount of rainfall, losses, theft, to mention but a few. We have farm inventory. This is the record that identifies farm assets and their money values. Then we have farm budget. This is the record that estimates or forecasts future income and expenditure of farm operations. We also have yield or production records. This is a record that shows the quantity of crops cultivated and the produce from livestock or animals. Then we have payroll or labor records. It's a record that shows the number and specialists of staff employed and the wages or salary paid to them. We also have farm accounts. These are various types of accounts kept in the farm in order to ensure financial accountability. Examples are profit and loss account, balance sheet, trading account, reconciliation statement, to mention but a few. One of the terminologies in farm records is fixed farm assets. These are those farm assets that are not used up during production. For example, farm building, motor vehicles, farm implements like tractors, incubators, and milking machines. We also have current farm assets. They are those farm assets that are used up during the process of production. Example, we have water, feed, drugs, chemicals, fertilizers, and cash in the bank. Another terminology is liability. This is the money owned by external persons or corporate bodies by the farm. For example, loans from banks. There are two types of liabilities, namely short-term liabilities. These are those debts that the farm must pay back within a short period of time, like 1 year. Then we have long-term liabilities. They are those debts that cannot be paid back by the farm within a year. Example of long-term loan is a loan from a bank to be paid in 5 years back or more. We also have liquidity. Liquidity is the ability of a farm business to pay its debt and meet its financial commitments when due. Another term is appreciation. This means an increase in value or worth of a farm asset as the assets are being put into use over time. Examples of assets that appreciate in the farm are land, young growing plants, animals, and cash crops. We also have depreciation. Depreciation. This refers to the loss in value or worth of an asset as that asset is being used over time. Example is dilapidated farm buildings and obsolete tractor as a result of wear and tear. Then we have what we call scrap or salvage value. This is the amount of money received from an asset that is no longer economically useful after its normal useful life. If an asset depreciates to the extent that it attracts little or no value, it is referred to as obsolete or scrap value. Useful life of an asset. This is the number of years a farm asset can effectively serve a farmer. We have some calculations in farm records. But before we go into these calculations, I will need to give you some keys. TD means total depreciation. AD equals to annual depreciation. CP means cost price. SV is salvage value. And UL is equals to useful life. Then the formula is here for you to use. Anywhere you want to calculate TD, that is total depreciation, is equals to CP minus SV. Then annual depreciation, which is AD, is equals to cost price, which is CP, minus salvage value, which is SV, over UL, which is useful life of the machine. Then the UL is equals to the year you sold the machine minus the year you purchased the machine. So let us see one soft example. A milking machine was purchased in 1985 at the cost of 6,000 naira. And this milking machine was sold off in 1990 at the cost of only 1,000 naira. I take the question again. A milking machine was purchased in 1985 at the cost of 6,000 naira, and it was sold off in 1990 at the cost of only 1,000 naira. Now the questions. A. Calculate the salvage value. B. Find the total depreciation. C. Solve the annual depreciation. And lastly, D. Find the appreciation of the machine. Now let us see the work. Let us see the calculation now. Solution. A is salvage value. Salvage value has no formula and has no calculation. So the machine was sold 1,000 naira. This is because it is the price the machine was sold off, 1,000 naira. So it has no calculations. B, total depreciation. We say total depreciation equals to TD equals to CP minus SV. So TD equals to the cost price, that is the CP, equals to 6,000, while the salvage value is 1,000. So 6,000 minus 1,000, that is TD equals to 5,000. Then annual depreciation, that is C. Annual depreciation is equals to AD, equals to CP minus SV. Divide by UL. Now, AD equals to 6,000 naira, which is the cost price, minus SV, which is the salvage value. Divide by the sold year of the machine was 1990, and the purchase year of the machine was 1985. So when you subtract 1,990, when you subtract 1,985 from 1,990, you get 5. So by implication, 6,000 minus 1,000 divided by 5. When you subtract the 6,000 minus 1,000, you will get 5,000. Then 5,000 divided by 5 equals to 1,000. So the annual depreciation is 1,000. By implication, every year the farmer uses the machine is depreciating with 1,000 naira every year. D, the milking machine suffer loss or reduction in value or what? Therefore, there is no appreciation. Let us see the importance of farm records. Farm records are very important in the farm business because they play the following roles. 1, farm record helps the farmer to know and monitor the changes in prices of produce bought and sold by the farmer. 2, the record review the weakness and strength of the financial status of the farm. 3, the farmer, through the farm record, know whether he is taking profit, whether he is making profit or loss in the farm business. 4, with the help of farm record, the farm owner can detect fraudulent practices in the farm because some farm managers can have sharp practices and steal from the farm. So with the help of farm record, the owner of the farm will be able to know whether they are stealing from the farm or not. 5, the record help the farmer to take managerial decisions on how to manage the farm. 6, farm records serve as a yardstick for the farmer to obtain loan or not to obtain loan. Because when a farmer applies a loan in the bank will request farm records to ensure this farm is buoyant or not. If the farm is buoyant financially, the bank will give the farmer the loan. 7, the records also help the government to determine the amount of tax that will be paid by the farmer. Because if you are involved in business, you have to pay tax. So if the farmer is making a huge profit from the farm, he will pay a huge tax. But if he's not making something very tangible from the farm, he will pay less tax. Number 8, the worth or value of the farm is determined by the farm record kept by the farmer. In case the farmer wants to fold up the farm, he wants to sell the farm, how will he know how much his farm worth? It is only from the farm record he will discover that. 9, auditing is made easier and possible when accurate farm records are kept. When you want to audit the farm, the only place you will get the information is from farm records. 10, for the farmer to plan and budget ahead, he needs accurate farm records. Before you plant very well, you need farm records. My dear students, what have we learned today? Summarily, let us see what we have learned today. We define farm records as those documents. We define farm records as those documents that takes all the activities that are taking place in the farm. We also went to the extent of identifying the types of farm records. Where I identified farm diary, annual valuation, we have budget records, and many others. We went as far as discussing some terminologies in farm records, where we discuss farm assets and the types of farm assets, liability, liquidity, and many others. We went to the extent of showing or solving some calculations on some farm records, where we calculate the total depreciation, annual depreciation, and many others. In fact, this lesson could not finish, not until we trace the importance of farm records to a farmer. And we said Farm records helps the farmer to know whether he's making a profit or not. Farm records helps the farmer to plan ahead and take managerial decisions. Farm records helps the farmer to detect whether there is fraudulent or stealing in the farm, because there are some sharp practices, and you can only discover that as a proprietor of the farm through farm records. Farm records help us to know what takes place in the farm every day. My dear students, this marks the end of the lesson. However, before we go, I will leave you with an assignment. I will leave you with an assignment, and I believe you are ready with your biro and pencil, or biro paper. You are ready with your biro and paper as we take this assignment down. 1. Define farm record and state 5 types or examples. Define farm record and state 5 types or examples. 2. Define the following terminologies in farm records. Define the following terminologies in farm records. 1. Farm assets. Farm assets. 2. Liquidity. 2. Liquidity. 3. Scrap or salvage value. Scrap or salvage value. 4. Appreciation. Appreciation. 5. Depreciation. Depreciation. 6. Useful life. Useful life. Then question number 3. Identify and explain any 5 importance of farm records to the farmer. I take it again. Identify and explain any 5 importance of farm records to the farmer. Then question number 4. A commercial farmer bought a tractor for 100,000 naira in 1990 and sold it off for 30,000 naira in the year 2000. Now, calculate the salvage value of the tractor. 2. The total depreciation of the tractor. 3. The annual depreciation. 4. The useful life of the tractor. And 3. The appreciation of the tractor. I take question 4 again. A commercial farmer bought a tractor for 100,000 naira in the year 1990 and sold it off for only 30,000 naira in the year 2000. Now, calculate 1. The salvage value of the tractor. 2. The total depreciation. 3. The annual depreciation. 4. The useful life of the tractor. And 5. The appreciation of the tractor. My dear students, you can get this information from these references. 1. Essential Agricultural Science for Senior Secondary Schools by Nwena. 2. Prescribed Agricultural Science for Senior Secondary Schools by S.A. Omoroi. My dear students, I still remain Thomas Peter with the contact number 080-5121-6365. Thomas Peter, 080-5121-6365. Or you can contact my colleagues. 1. Rashida Umar, 080-3451-3576. Rashida Umar, 080-3451-3576. Then Sharifa T. Abubakar, 080-6829-3928. Sharifa T. Abubakar, 080-6829-3928. Stay home, stay safe, keep learning. COVID-19 is real. Thank you.